Can you really prep on a budget? Today, we're diving into Dollar Tree to see if their prepping supplies are worth your time or if you should be spending your hard earned cash elsewhere. Let's find out if prepping on a dime is possible. Hey guys, it's Jara with Wicked Prepared. Welcome back, everyone. If you're looking to start prepping or add to your prepper pantry without breaking the bank, Dollar Tree might be a place you've considered. But is it a smart move or should you be wary of budget price food and gear? And is it really a better deal? In this video, I am taking you into my Dollar Tree to explore what prepping supplies you can find there, show you some of my favorite things to grab, and a few things you might want to skip. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to be giving all the details on a big giveaway drawing that we're doing. Let's head in and get started. The first thing most people want to get covered when they start prepping are food and water, two things that everyone needs. Let's head and check out Dollar Tree's water situation first, since that's arguably the most important item that you can prep. You can't live long without water to drink, and it's also necessary for other things like cooking and hygiene. Dollar Tree sells these gallon jugs, which is actually the preferable type of jug to store if you're storing gallons. The milk jug type of plastic can fail and leak much more quickly than these. Be sure to store them in an appropriate location, though, and rotate regularly. Dollar Tree does sell individual water bottles as well, which can be good to have for portability, but at 6 for $1.25, they're almost double what I like to pay, so I usually get those elsewhere. Also, look for water flavoring packets that provide electrolytes to help combat dehydration when needed. I have found these near the water and also in the first aid and medical section. Next stop is Dollar Tree's food section. The Dollar Tree can be a great source for shelf-stable food. In fact, my store, like many others, doesn't even have a refrigerated or frozen food section at all. Let me know down below, does your local Dollar Tree have the refrigerated section? My first stop in the food aisle is going to be the milk because I believe this is one of the best prepper pantry items that Dollar Tree has to offer. They have this shelf-stable milk in so many varieties. They've got whole milk, 2%, 1%, even chocolate milk. They also have non-dairy almond and oat milk versions as well. This shelf-stable milk doesn't have as long of a shelf life as milk powders, but it's got the benefit of not needing water to be added to it to use it. So we keep both. That's all part of having a well-rounded prepper pantry. These do have a shelf life of about a year, and they'll last for months and months past their best by date before the quality starts to suffer. Keep in mind that any unused portion does need refrigeration once you open it. So for a single person, a better choice might be single serve milk boxes, which unfortunately I've only ever seen at Dollar Tree in chocolate. Dollar Tree also has canned evaporated milk and coconut milk. The milk products at Dollar Tree are a great price, but as we look at the rest of the food section, keep one thing in mind. Dollar Tree is not always going to have the best price for food items. Some things are a great deal, and many others you could do better at Walmart or your local grocery store when they run a sale. So, know your price points and do your due diligence comparison shopping. A great tool for this is to use your smartphone. You can use the Walmart app and other grocery store apps to compare prices right in the aisle as you shop. Of course, many items are a difference of just a few cents, so it may make sense just to grab them while you're here. And before we go any further, I guess we need to address this right here. This is a price scanner, which looks so out of place at Dollar Tree, but let's face it, shopping at Dollar Tree just isn't the same experience that it used to be. First, things weren't just a dollar anymore, so it became a $1.25 tree. But still, you knew everything was a $1.25. Then they added the Dollar Tree Plus section, and suddenly there were items all the way up to $5, but at least they were all contained together in one small aisle. So you were safe everywhere else in the store. But the last few months at my Dollar Tree, everything has changed, and now I have to be really, really careful shopping here because they have higher priced items mixed in everywhere. So many times I've been about to grab something thinking it's a good deal at $1.25, just to notice that it's actually not $1.25 and really not a great deal at all. You've got to stay alert. Just another thing to keep in mind at Dollar Tree. Let's move on to the canned foods. Dollar Tree can be a good place to pick up canned foods that will last for years in your prepper pantry. They have everything from canned proteins, fruits and vegetables, to convenience foods that you can just heat and eat. A few of my favorite canned goods to pick up here at Dollar Tree are these Vienna bites, which are great for a snack or even as an ingredient in simple meals. These tamales are a good price here. And the Campbell's soups, these ones that come in the larger size can, are a good deal here. The cream of soups in the regular size can are cheaper elsewhere. It's important to have prepared foods like these in your prepper pantry so that you have a few things you can just heat and eat, or even eat cold if necessary. You can pick up canned pastas and chili, chicken, and a great variety of canned fish and seafood. Don't overlook the pouch items and the cracker lunch packs as well, that can be a great addition to a bug out bag or homemade MRE packs. Personally, I would skip the canned veggies and beans at Dollar Tree unless you feel strongly about having a name brand. You can do better price wise with a store brand at another store. However, if you are prepping as a single person, these individual cups of veggies might be worth thinking about. They won't last on the shelf as long as the cans, and you have to take more care with this kind of packaging as it's more easily damaged than the cans. But like anything else, if you rotate through it every year or so, it might warrant a place in your prepper pantry. Dollar Tree can be a great place to get those old prepper standbys, rice, and beans. I do want to caution you, though, to really think about these items before adding them to your preps. In the wake of the recent devastating hurricanes, so many people shared their experiences and what they learned. Over and over, I heard people say they did not turn to things like beans and rice, especially the beans. Dry beans are very energy and time intensive to cook. They require overnight soaking and hours of cooking, which often isn't practical after a disaster. Consider using canned beans and pre cooked rice packets like these for your prepper pantry. They only need to be heated quickly and won't require extra water either. Another alternative to beans is lentils, which is a good buy at Dollar Tree. They have much of the same nutritional benefits as beans, but they cook up much more quickly and they don't require any soaking. They can also be sprouted to be eaten without cooking at all. A great item to pick up at Dollar Tree is pasta. Pasta is inexpensive, and Dollar Tree keeps their price comparable by selling a larger size package than other stores. They also have multiple shelf stable sauce options to make a cheap but satisfying meal. Pasta will keep for a very long time if you store it properly. It provides a lot of energy for very little cost, and it cooks more quickly than beans and rice do. It does require water, so I encourage you to learn how to cook one dish pasta recipes where the pasta and the sauce or other ingredients go into the pot together with a small amount of extra water, and it all gets cooked together. The pasta absorbs the extra water and becomes tender without needing to drain any extra water off and waste it. Of course, don't forget about the classic ultra cheap pasta prep, ramen noodles. A cheap, easy, and quick cooking meal that can be doctored up by adding many different things. Just keep in mind that ramen's not going to last as long as regular pasta because of the oils in it. So keep it rotated if you choose to store it. I've already mentioned these briefly, but something I love to grab at Dollar Tree are these shelf stable prepared rice packets. They're a good price at Dollar Tree and they have a large variety of different types and flavors. Although they're meant for the microwave, they can also be heated in a pan or added to a recipe. And check this out, they even have pre cooked pasta pouches. Keep in mind, these pouches won't have as long of a shelf life as the dry products, but the other benefits can often outweigh that for a lot of people. You can use them as an occasional convenience item in your everyday meals to keep them rotated. Don't forget about breakfast items for your prepper pantry. Dollar Tree has complete pancake mix and syrup that will last a long time in your pantry and make a filling, comforting breakfast. Another option here at Dollar Tree is oatmeal. I think some Dollar Trees sell plain oats, but all that I've ever been able to find at my stores are these flavored packets, which I actually prefer these because they taste good without having to add anything extra. And I have kept these in my pantry for a very long time without any issues. Something new that I've never seen at my Dollar Tree before are these grits, which could be another breakfast option. Another thing I love to grab at Dollar Tree that could be great for breakfast or dinner are these dehydrated shredded potatoes. These will last a long time in the pantry and only need a soak in hot water and a quick fry in the pan to be ready. Or you could add them to recipes. Another thing to grab here are the Just Add Water mashed potato pouches, the flavored ones that don't require you to add any milk or butter to prepare them. They may not last quite as long as the plain potatoes, but not having to add those extra ingredients makes it worth it. And don't overlook Dollar Tree's peanut butter as another cheap protein source. You can also get jelly here. And something I was surprised to see at Dollar Tree that I'd never seen before was raw apple cider vinegar with the mother for $1.25. I think that's pretty good. Another thing I really like about Dollar Tree's food section for prepping is being able to buy smaller packages of some things like salad dressings, mayonnaise, and salsas. Even if the unit price might be more than buying a larger container at a different store, emergency situations often include being without power for refrigeration. So it can be important to have smaller packages that can be used up quickly. You can also pick up a few Prepper Pantry snack items while you're here, such as nuts, trail mix, jerky, and meat sticks. Snacks that you can just grab and eat easily can be very important, especially in the early stages after a disaster or a power outage. Personally, I would skip the freeze dried fruits that you can find at Dollar Tree. If you check out the back of the bag here, you'll see that they're a product of China where they may be using some less than desirable farming practices. And they also have added sugars, which is totally unnecessary in a freeze dried product. Food and water aren't the only preps you can pick up at Dollar Tree. Can Dollar Tree be a good place to stock up on emergency lighting options? One thing that's definitely good to stock up on at Dollar Tree is candles. They have packs of tapers and tea lights and these jar candles that are a good buy at $1.25 and will burn for quite a while. You can also grab matches at the Dollar Tree for a pretty competitive price. As far as flashlights go, well, I will say you do get what you pay for. The one battery operated light I do like to buy at Dollar Tree are their headlamps. I actually really like them. I've been buying them for years. Headlamps are something that everyone should have in their preps because they provide light that follows your line of sight and frees up your hands for other tasks. The headlamps at Dollar Tree are nice and bright, and in my opinion, they are definitely worth $1.25. The one drawback with these is that you can't change the angle of the light to aim it down at the ground like you can with many others. But it's a great spare light that's cheap enough to stock up on a whole bunch so that you can keep one everywhere that you might possibly need it. I did not have much experience with any of the other lights that my Dollar Tree was selling, so I decided to pick up one of each light that they had so I could try them out at home. It's important to note none of the flashlights at Dollar Tree come with batteries. Walmart's cheapy flashlights, they're not $1 anymore. They're a little bit more than what they are at Dollar Tree, but not much. And they do come with batteries included. So that's something to keep in mind. And the ones at Walmart also seem to be made from a bit better materials. They don't feel quite as cheap. I would say the most noticeable thing with the Dollar Tree lights is the fact that they do feel so cheap. In fact, this one right here, I was not even able to get the batteries in without breaking it. So I had to go buy a second one because it just basically broke the lighting connection when I was trying to put the battery back in. They do have a few neat features. This one's just a flashlight. This one has the flashlight on the end, but it also has like a work light on the side. This one, of course, has magnets, so it'll stick to a metal surface, and it also has a thing you can hang it from. This one has a handle for hanging, but it also has a sticky tape that you can remove, so you could stick it to a wall or under a cabinet or something, and it just has a push to turn on. This one is really, really, really cheap feeling. This one really seems more like a kid's toy than anything else. And of course, this lantern is also really pretty cheap. But considering they're all $1.25, I did put batteries in all of them and I tried them all out. And they're all decently bright. So other than the fact that they can break pretty easily, for $1.25, I mean, if you pick some of these up, it wouldn't be my first choice, but they're decently bright and they're okay. If you do need batteries for your flashlights, you can find those at Dollar Tree. They're not necessarily the best batteries or the best deal there, especially now that they've got packages that they're selling for more than $1.25. However, I can usually still find these small 2 packs of Energizers, AAAs and AA's, which are still $1.25. And when I've compared that to the per battery prices of Energizer batteries at like warehouse club stores, this actually wasn't a terrible deal. Definitely know what you pay for batteries elsewhere and what brands you like to use and compare before you decide to purchase them at Dollar Tree. I also want to go back to something you might have noticed when we were checking out the matches, and that's these cans of canned heat, which is basically like sterno fuel. I found these in the kitchen area of my Dollar Tree today, but sometimes I find them in the party aisle as well. It depends on the store and it depends on how they have things organized. These are only 2-hour cans of fuel, and they don't work as well as the 4 and 6 hour name brand cans that I've picked up from other places. but they do work to warm some food and they'd be better than nothing if this is all you could get. I did also find in the Dollar Tree Plus aisle this set, which is a whole chafing dish set with a stand and some pans and 2 cans of fuel, and it all comes packaged together. It is $10 though, but it could be handy in an emergency to warm some food if it was all you had. Next, let's check out the personal care and first aid areas of the store as well. You can pick up some basic hygiene items here, and it's a good idea to keep a reserve supply of these items. You never know when a disaster or a supply chain issue is going to make these things hard or impossible to find. I will say that I don't recommend buying these kind of things here if they're not brands that you would typically use every day. We do use some of these cheaper brands. We're not too picky about stuff like this, but it really doesn't make sense to stockpile things that aren't going to get touched unless you're desperate. If it's not something that you'll work into your everyday rotation, then I would skip them at Dollar Tree. One of my favorite items to stockpile from Dollar Tree in this section are the toothbrushes. You can still get 6 for $1.25, and they even have the set that comes with a cup and a case, or a cup that serves as a case, I guess. If you have to rely on what you have in your home for an extended period of time, you're going to be thankful for those fresh toothbrushes. And they can also be used for overnight guests who forget to pack theirs and things like that in the meantime. Toothpaste is another good thing to pick up here at Dollar Tree. There are a lot of first aid items you can pick up here as well. Keep in mind, you're not going to be putting together a quality trauma response kit or anything like that with Dollar Tree supplies. But some small basic items for minor injuries and illnesses are worth grabbing here. You can take care of your PPE gear for your first aid kits, for example, with masks and disposable gloves that they sell here. Dollar Tree has a wide assortment of different bandages, tape, gauze, all kinds of things like that. If you look carefully, you can actually usually even find some name brands. I really like these blister band-aids that they have here and these rolls of self-adherent wrap. I also get really excited when I find these wound care kits because this is quite a bit of supplies for just $1.25. I also like to pick up Ace bandages and this simple thermometer that I can throw in portable first aid kits. Speaking of first aid kits, Dollar Tree does sell some small individual size pre-made kits. There's not going to be a whole lot in them, but they can be a good place to start. Use the container and add some more supplies that you feel like having in there. I love how this one has different colors, so you could use one for a different family member so they could each have their own little EDC first aid kit. Another favorite item I grab here at Dollar Tree are their little tubes of antibiotic ointment. These are a great price and they're handy to throw in any first aid kit. I was also pleasantly surprised today to find this 91% isopropyl alcohol here at Dollar Tree, even though it was actually marked at $2. I usually only see the lower strengths here. This one will be good not only for sanitizing, but also for fire starting and even to use as a fuel. Another good find today in the first aid supplies was these instant cold packs. You can find a pretty good assortment of generic medicines at Dollar Tree, and they're going to have the same active ingredients as the name brands. But what I really like to grab here are these to go packs of name brand meds. Each little packet contains a single dose of the medication, so they're great for on the go first aid kits, EDC kits, and bug out bags. This is more expensive than buying a larger bottle of the same medication, but I find that the portability is worth it. You can also find a better deal on these little packets by buying them in bulk on Amazon, but if you only need a few, that doesn't always make sense. We've already looked at candles and flashlights, but are there any more gear items here that are worth picking up? Once again, you pretty much get what you pay for at Dollar Tree. So if you aren't limited to shopping here, most tools and gear items might be best to pick up elsewhere. I do think this is a great place to get super glue, which is always a good thing to have on hand in your emergency gear. Zip ties are another thing that I sometimes grab here. They may not be the strongest, but they can be good for small jobs. And we actually do really like these latex coated work gloves as well here at Dollar Tree. Scissors is another good tool that's great to have around, and I have actually been very happy with the price and quality of the scissors that I have picked up at Dollar Tree. There's also some rope and paracord that's worth picking up here. Duct tape is a good buy here, but I would go for the heavy duty one for sure if you do get it here. Moving on to cleaning supplies and paper goods. If there's one thing we learned from the pandemic that we went through a few years ago, it's that we should stay well stocked on our cleaning supplies in case supply chain breakdowns cause them to become unavailable. There's a few cleaning supplies that I think are worth grabbing at Dollar Tree. Dish soap is one of them. You can get small bottles of Dawn or larger bottles if you don't mind using cheaper brands. The cheaper brands are usually much more watered down, though, so for the sake of space, it makes sense to get smaller bottles of the better, more concentrated brands. I think this cleaner here is really fantastic and it actually works really well. It can be diluted, but I use it full strength also to cut through really tough, greasy messes. Another cleaner worth grabbing here are these little bottles of Lysol cleaner. This is a concentrate, so it can be diluted and it's going to still retain its disinfecting properties after diluting, which is what I really like about this one. Incidentally, the Dollar Tree is also a good place to pick up empty spray bottles to mix up your cleaners in. One thing I would definitely skip at Dollar Tree is the bleach. You used to be able to buy a small bottle of real Clorox bleach here, plain Clorox bleach, but I have not been able to find that in several years. I would love to know if any of you out there are still able to find the Clorox bleach at your Dollar Tree. The bleach they sell now, they're all scented and they're very watered down. For prepping purposes, we would be relying on bleach to disinfect drinking water and surfaces, and for those purposes, your bleach should be unscented and should be labeled for disinfection. And this bleach here at Dollar Tree does not fit the bill. A new find for me at Dollar Tree are these detergent sheets. I haven't actually tried the brands that they carry here at Dollar Tree, but if they work well, detergent sheets are a great space-saving way to store detergent. And they can also be cut into smaller pieces and packed into a little baggie and put in your bug out bag or your evacuation gear or things like that in case you need to hand wash something on the go. You can pick up toilet paper and paper towels here at Dollar Tree, although I feel it isn't always the best deal. You can also grab some disposable dishes and eating utensils here. Even if this isn't something that you typically use in your everyday life, it's good to have some with your emergency gear. When you don't have power or running water, you're not going to want to be creating a bunch of dirty dishes that need washed. Of course, don't forget to stock up on extra garbage bags also to contain the waste. One thing I always like to grab here are these disposable foil pans. Just like with dishes, you likely won't want to have extra things to wash during a power outage or a stressful situation. And if you have to use a campfire or a grill to cook and warm your food, using disposable pans like these can help keep your good cookware from getting ruined. Pick up some foil as well. It can be used to wrap the foil pans for an extra layer to keep the food from burning as easily. Some foods can even be cooked directly in or on the foil. Another thing worth grabbing here are these disposable cutting boards. This will give you a clean surface for food prep in an emergency and less cleanup afterwards. Those are some of the items at my Dollar Tree that I think are great for getting prepared on a budget. Remember, every Dollar Tree is different, and any given Dollar Tree can have different items at different times. So many of you have said to me, I don't have all that at my Dollar Tree. And trust me, when I watch other people's Dollar Tree videos, I often think the same thing. Most, if not all, of what I showed today are part of the core product line that most Dollar Trees have most of the time. But that's part of the draw of Dollar Tree shopping. You never know what you're going to find. I'm forever saying, wow, I can't believe I found this at Dollar Tree. A slogan you'll see all over their stores is grab it before it's gone. And this is so true. You don't know when or if you'll see something again. Luckily, with shelf stable prepping items, we can do just that. Grab it now and stockpile it until we need it. Because every store is different, I'd love to hear what your favorite prepping items are that you've found at your Dollar Tree. Let me know down in the comments. If you have stocked up on Dollar Tree Prepper Pantry items and have no idea what to do with them, I have a whole collection of recipes, each made completely with shelf-stable Dollar Tree items. I'll link to that at the end of this video and also down in the description box below the video. And I have more coming soon. Now, I promised to let you know about the big giveaway drawing that we're doing, and it's a good one. Many of you may know that I am an independent consultant for Thrive Life. If you've been into preparedness for very long, you've probably heard of Thrive Life. But for those of you who are new, in a nutshell, Thrive Life is the #1 freeze-dried food company in the world. You've probably heard a lot about freeze drying and freeze-dried food lately. The reason everyone is so nuts about freeze drying is because it's the newest technology to preserve food in a near perfect form. So not only does it make food last much longer, as long as 25 years or more, but it also maintains nearly 100% of the food's natural nutrients, rather than breaking them down like other forms of preservation and even fresh produce transport time. You can't get a more perfect food short of eating it freshly picked from your own garden. Unlike the freeze-dried items that we saw at Dollar Tree, Thrive Life is known for their quality, clean food. There's no additives or preservatives, there's no GMOs or bioengineered products in their foods. They broke the mold with long-term food. Most companies want you to buy their buckets and stick them under your bed or in the back of your closet, and they're hoping you never try them. Those of you who have tried them know why this is. Thrive Life is different from those companies. It's more than just emergency or survival food. They want you to open it, to try it, and see how amazing it is. You'll want to use it every day, and it will change the way you cook, eat, and prep. This giveaway we're running is for my Thrive Life customers, including my first level team members as well. We are giving away to one lucky winner $100 in free credit to spend on the Thrive Life site. So $100 worth of the best freeze-dried food for free. There's no purchase necessary, so even if you've never ordered before, as long as you've created an account on my website, you're eligible for the drawing. If you already have your account set up, whether you've ever ordered or not, you'll get an email from me with the link that you need to enter the drawing. If you're not a registered customer, I'll have a link down below where you can submit your info and I will send you the link to get registered. That will not only enter you into the drawing, but it also gives you access to the customer referral program where you can earn even more free credit. And you'll get emails from me every now and again with recipes and special deals. If for some reason you can't find the links, or maybe you're watching on your TV and you can't do the links, just send me a text and I will get you what you need. Like I mentioned, no purchase is necessary, and this giveaway is my own. It's not sponsored by YouTube or by Thrive Life. I can't wait to see who wins the big prize. And be sure to stay tuned because we will be doing more things like this in the near future. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me Dollar Tree emojis down in the comments and check out this playlist next to see some ideas for prepper pantry meals you can make with all Dollar Tree ingredients. I'm Jara with Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you next time.